That was horrible.
And I turn you now to the last recorded memoirs of a geisha. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I'm a geisha, and I'm recording this once for the very last time.
And now we go back to the music recordings of Jimmy Sterling's band. Breaking news. Outside of Atlantic City, Georgia, there are meteors hitting every corner of the sky. They are blowing up. There are children screaming. There are women running for their lives. All of the men have been dead and ripped from their houses. And now we take you back to the musical stylings of Kenny Loggins. And now, we take you now to New York City, where the Broadway streets are being destroyed by the giant tripod monsters.
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. There's so many Martians everywhere.
Wait for it. That was fun.
What time period is this broadcast taking place?
I have no idea. It's taking place over the course of many, many years.
So it's a long...
Yeah, this War of the Worlds is lasting
That's a
forever.
good title, Derek.
Thank you. My name is Orwell.
War of the Worlds. I dig that. Well, Orwell, it's good to meet you. My name is Isaac. What are you doing here today?
Or, well, it better be. No, listen. Being George Orson Welles, dang it.
So
it's not
close.
Orwell, it's Orson Welles. Hold on. Are they the same person?
If you shorten it, if you're the father of Orson, then you're just Or.
What am I thinking
you're
of?
Orwells.
George Orwell, right?
George
That's a guy.
George Orwell is definitely a thing.
Did he write War of the Worlds?
He's a writer for sure.
He wrote Animal Farm.
Of course.
Which is basically
War of the Worlds.
Why are we talking about anything? Because my name is actually Derek.
And my name is for real Isaac, and this is our podcast we call That
What?
Was Horrible. This is our podcast where we do our very best at broadcasting.
Wait.
The very worst.
Does it count as me sucking up the intro if I just don't say it?
You just say nothing. Derek's on introduction timeout because he can't and won't do it right.
94 episodes in, he still can't say the intro.
Our podcast where we do our best at reviewing the worst.
Best. Dang it.
And again, fellas, ladies, gents, everything in between, it's 2025.
No, it's 1938.
And it feels like 1938. But
Feels like 1938.
It feels like it's a lot of other years. We have a lot of remakes and a lot of different things like that. But we have a lot of movies coming out this year of 2025 that are so podcastable for people like us. For people who spend their free time, what little of it they have, watching and reviewing the lowest rated horror movies they can find.
This year has been fantastic for us horror fans because you can literally go to Rotten Tomatoes and find A, a movie you want to watch, or B, a movie you can use for your podcast.
It's so great. Because I really do feel like this year, and honestly, a lot of movies within this, like this year and last year too, are on either side of the spectrum, especially in the horror genre. There are ones that are just like 5-star, fantastic, love this movie, or it is like, oh, cool, we can make content off of this.
Absolutely. I mean, we went from seeing like Final Destination for our personal enjoyment to watching I Know What You Did Last Summer for our personal
pain and torture.
Oh,
did you enjoy it?
No, I hated it. But like, the same thing happened here. We went from seeing Weapons, which was phenomenal.
Great time.
And then we
I
went
saw
over
it twice.
You did. I'm going to see it again. I plan on seeing it again.
Good time.
I love that movie so much. And then we go to Rotten Tomatoes, like, War of the Worlds.
So War of the Worlds. Have you heard of it? It's a little old novel written by whomst? Who wrote this?
George Orwell.
George Orwell.
Orson Welles. Their names are too close together.
Yeah.
What's also who wrote?
Is it not H.G. Wells? Is that different?
Yeah, no, he wrote.
Wow.
H.G. Wells. Oh wait, no.
It is H.G. Wells that wrote the War of the Worlds.
Wait, I'm so confused.
But no, it was Orson Welles that did the radio adaptation of it.
Why are their names so close together?
That has to be why he did it. He's like, well, if his name and he did this and he made success off of it, I'm a Wells, and well, I think I could do it. Oh, Wells.
Oh, right. And Orson Welles did Citizen Kane, the supposed best movie of all time.
Isn't it, Derek? You watched it.
It was
Didn't you love it? You loved it so much, right?
I actually did enjoy it. I thought it was a really cool like encapsulation of that time period.
That's fair.
And I do think that anyone who considers themselves a fan of cinema should watch Citizen Kane,
Yeah.
mostly so you can know why the cart was red.
Yeah. Why? Who knows? Like,
There's a little wagon.
it's a little wagon. Why is it red? You'll never know. Go watch Citizen Kane. I do feel like
It
there's
actually
some.
doesn't explain it.
There are a lot of movies that are important to a genre. They're important to cinema with their influence and whatsoever. But like, you would really only want to watch them if you were like a historian on them. You want to learn more about cinema and film and such like that.
true.
And not necessarily because it is that great. I feel like there are a lot of them. I feel like there are even some slasher, that's just the specific one I thought of, horror movies that are the same way, where I'm like, I think it's an important horror movie.
Oh, for sure.
It's not my favorite, though. I don't think it's that
I have
fantastic.
a great example of that. The original Friday the 13th.
Yes. Yeah.
That movie, it introduces one of the most iconic characters of all time, but actually doesn't really
not
introduce
at all,
that character
no.
at all.
And like literally not even until the third one does he look as iconic as he does and as we know him now, Jason Voorhees. But like I remember actually I took our friend Seth, I don't think it was last year, but the year before that maybe.
remember you guys doing
we
this.
went to go see the original one in theaters because they were doing a fun release at this local theater here in Utah. And I remember like being excited about it, and like halfway through the movie, I'm like, yeah, this movie's not fantastic, is it?
It's just fine.
It's important. It's one of the earlier installations of what made this huge slasher boom. Like, it is a big thing. It's an important thing, but that doesn't mean it's great. I honestly, like, kill me, crucify me here in the horror industry. I still feel the same way about Halloween as well.
I'm going to crucify
I feel
you.
like the last bit where shit really starts hitting the fan in the Halloween movies, those are pretty good, but it's a lot of buildup. It's
is
a lot of
build-up.
nothing going on.
And I mean, but I feel like Halloween's a little better.
I don't dislike it.
I feel like that one really set a precedent for slasher films, though.
Absolutely.
And maybe I just feel that way because it was filmed in Utah, and
forget
Jamie Lee
about
Curtis's boobs are all over the internet right now.
Everyone's loving Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs. Everybody's up on Jamie Lee Curtis.
I googled the wrong Freaky Friday.
Whoa, this is too freaky for me. Too freaky, too
Friday. Same brain. I literally went to that same place. Anyway.
That's the third one they actually had to cancel. It's called Freakiest Friday.
Yeah, but then she showed off everything.
It was they couldn't let that fly. They're like, listen, it's still a Disney property. We can't allow this.
So yeah, H.G. Wells, he wrote War of the Worlds in actually, what was it, 1980 something?
Just year 19, actually.
It was year 19.
It was 19 AD.
I was just looking at it and then I got rid of it. Yeah, he wrote The War of the Worlds in 1980. Gosh, why can't I read? This is great radio. 1898. That's why I was confused.
That's why you're looking for the 19. It's in the 18s.
1898 was when he wrote this. And then in 1938 is when it was kind of popularized because Orson Welles took it and he made it a radio drama.
Yes.
And I don't know if anyone here is familiar with this, but like...
You mean the best prank of all time.
This is easily the best prank of all time. So Orson Welles, he took this story and he stripped it down and made it seem like a real life broadcast.
Yeah,
And
so it's like a radio show thing, right?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is 1938.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, imagine the capabilities, what radio sounds like to you. You can very easily convince people that something is actually happening without much actual evidence to go off of it. So, yeah, Derek, please.
Well, the craziest thing about it, I was just doing some research on it because this has always fascinated me ever since I was a little kid. I think The Simpsons, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure
You're wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was The Simpsons. In one of their earliest Treehouse of Horrors, actually did a bit about this, and so that's when I first learned about it, and then I researched it, and I'm pretty sure I listened to the broadcast, and I ended up reading the book. This was in 10th grade, and I loved it. I became obsessed with it, and then I went and watched all of the movies that had come out at that point. But so Orson Welles, he took this story and he mixed in music that was playing on the radio at that time, and he mixed in actors actually doing these news reports and talking, he had a scientist talking about what was happening.
This is a huge orchestrated thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to think that it was an accident that people thought this was real is definitely not right, because he 100%
incredibly intentional.
Well, because he paid for there not to be ad time during the 60-minute runtime. So Orson
he
Welles
really wanted people to believe that this was really
wanted
happening.
it to be, and
was it successful? Did people actually believe this?
So that is disputed. This is very eye-opening to me when I was reading the reports of this, since this was almost 100 years ago now. I mean, it was 1938. So that was 113 years ago. Wait, no, that's not how math works. It goes the other way. It was
1,000 years ago.
77 years ago, in the year of our Lord, 1938. Anyway. What was I even saying? I distracted myself with saying.
Did people actually believe it or not?
Oh, right. It's very disputed since it was 100 years ago. No one knows for sure exactly what happened. But the big story that is always told is that people were like listening to other radio broadcasts, and then it would go to commercials, so they would flip it
over.
They would
and
flip it over
music
to War of the
playing,
Worlds,
right?
and it was music.
So
playing.
it sounds legit. Like, oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, halfway through the music playing, they hear,
"Oh, panic in the streets as we're running from the meteors that are crashing down to Earth."
So yeah, if you don't know much about H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, so it's a science fiction novel that really kind of started.
You just read it.
Yeah, I just barely listened through it because I got a new job recently where I have nothing but time to listen to things,
Heck yeah.
which is great because I don't have a lot of time to sit and read things, but I have a lot of time to listen. So now I'm getting into audiobooks.
That's why I love audiobooks.
It's
man.
great. Yeah,
you can multitask.
I used to not be into audiobooks as much, but now I am. Although there's some where I'm like I can't. This narrator's not doing it for me.
The narrator doesn't work. You got to get rid of it.
Yeah, it sucks.
You should consider listening to The Lord of the Rings narrated by
I have
Andy
actually
Serkis,
very much done. I think that's next on my list for sure.
because he does a great job.
Because I have lots of time. I also just listened to all of Stephen King's It as well, which is 45 hours long.
You should read The Stand. I think it's like
book.
58 hours.
That's
or
crazy.
something like
But anyway, so yeah, I just barely listened to it, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And it's kind of funny because I enjoyed it, but it is kind of funny how it is such an iconic, and it is like the standard and like what is like Martian invasion, interplanetary combat kind of alien science fiction as a whole. And like you'd expect it to be more than that, but it is kind of the first in that genre and those themes. So like this, it's awfully simple. It's like there are meteors that land on Earth. Turns out there's Martians inside of them. They build these giant contraptions and just tear up everything.
They just destroy it all.
But it actually is a very clever ending that I really enjoy because you get near the end of the book and it's like these things are tearing through everything the U.S. or not just the U.S. The world has it. It's actually not even set in the U.S. It's set in the U.K. But it's just like, what are they going to do? How can they possibly stop this? And the ending is actually very clever. I don't think I should spoil it here.
Why not?
I guess we're going to get it. Yeah, we're going to get into the movie here. What's really cool is that we as a human race have absolutely nothing to fight these Martians. They are way more technologically advanced than us. What ends up killing them, spoiler alert if you haven't read the books, is the bacteria and viruses that exist here on Earth that we as a species have been adapting to since the beginning of mankind.
Yeah.
And so like little things that we don't mind anymore, that don't bother us, we have medicines for and stuff like that, just wipe them out. Oh, man. So you're getting towards the end of the book, you're like, I guess we lose and the Martians win. No, all of them die because they can't handle like fucking pollen and shit.
It's
like they can't
crazy.
handle any bacteria that exists here on Earth, which is so funny.
It's
because
such a
they
realistic
live
idea.
They live off of our blood.
Yeah.
That's another weird thing is like they take humans and like suck them up like Capri Suns, and that's how because they don't need food, they don't breathe, like that's their source of life essence, I guess.
The dream.
But yeah, so then after them, they're like the original vampires in that sense. Not really, but still.
That's kind of cool.
But yeah, so idea. That's what happened there. So it is. I think it's cool to like talk about that because it is the introduction to that area of science fiction, alien invasion kind of stuff, which is really fun. But now they're remaking it. Now there have been a few.
There have been a
adaptations of it.
There have been a few.
That's how iconic it is as a story, though. Like, listen, like all the different iterations of it, because you got the radio broadcast, which is cool.
And I think it's really interesting in this radio broadcast. You should go listen to it because I think it's super fascinating. At least skip through it on YouTube because the whole thing's on there. It's fascinating, one, to hear how technology sounded back then.
Yeah.
Two, it's so interesting to me to think about being in their shoes. They're like, we're going to use this medium to fuck with people. They were the original trolls.
It is, and that's deep. That is like convincing people the world is ending.
And now those same people the people who would do something like that are sitting on an AI generator,
Yeah.
creating half of America getting burned up and sinking into the ocean, and showing that to my grandpa.
And people believe that shit. It's crazy.
It's so wild.
That reminds me of this. I think we might have already talked about this on the podcast once, but there's a video of one guy who was showing his grandma, like the trailer for like Grand Theft Auto 6, which just shows the city kind of in shambles with a bunch of people doing whatever
And
they
she thought
want.
it was real,
and she
right?
believed it. She's like, oh my God, why are people doing this? This is so terrible.
I mean-
while we're talking about the old radio show real quick, can we talk about the fun fact we learned
We
today?
just learned a fun fact about this voice.
About why people talk like this
Do
back
you
in the
know?
1920s and 30s.
I'm going to give the listener a minute to say why they think this happened. Did you say it?
No, they didn't say it.
Nothing.
They don't know.
They said nothing. They don't know. That's why we're here to tell you.
Through the beauty of Reddit, we were able to discover that the reason they talked like that was actually mostly because of technological limitations. So in the time, their microphones didn't have the frequencies to pick up lower vocal frequencies.
So if I was to talk like this down in this register, it wouldn't pick up quite as well.
I don't know, you have a higher voice.
If
But
I were to talk down in this register, no one could ever hear me.
And I just jumbled my voice so that it gave the impression. But then, if you talk like this, and they use that like what is now known as the transatlantic accent, they use that voice to project their diction more, right? So it's like, if I talk like this, it's a little bit more slurred, more NPR, but my microphone works really well at NPR.
Exactly.
But if I'm back in time, I have to use big words and
Yeah.
use big diction.
Emphasize them. It's all heightened, and so that's why that happened, and that's what ended up becoming what is known as like the transatlantic accent, right? Because that's kind of where it started.
I love the idea that like two people are like talking over radio,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're like best friends, and they both talk like this, and then they meet in real life. Hey Jim, how's it going? It's like his real
So
voice.
that's what you sound like.
I thought that your voice sounded like this.
Imagine if you could like speak to someone across the country and you fall in love with them, and you're like I can't wait to hear that sweet voice.
And then you-
my darling, please speak to me in that voice I love so much.
Hello, Timothy.
Darla, please, no, my sweet babe. This is not what I wanted.
But baby,
What has happened to you? You're possessed by the devil. Witch, burn her.
Ban her, ban her.
that was fun.
But shoot, I had something. Oh, I was going to comment on the fact that it's funny. I used to not think Reddit was the greatest source for me to find information.
It's the only trustable source
Which
right now.
is so funny because now, because you brought up AI just a second ago, I feel like I implicitly trust Reddit even more so now. Because when you go to Google, every time you type something in, the first thing is an AI overview.
Absolutely.
Which I'm immediately distrusting of. But then if I see a Reddit post, I'm like, someone actually experienced this and has posted about it.
Yeah.
And I trust you more now. It has weirdly made Reddit more credible.
I've used Reddit for years, and it's only been in the last year that Reddit is my source. I used to go to like Wikipedia and Google and everything. Now I type it into Google. Usually I go subject Reddit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's 1,000 people
And I
are
also-
commenting on the same thing.
Exactly. And I think it's great because it's been around long enough now that it's like most anything has happened to someone on Reddit.
Yeah.
There are very few instances where you have a unique experience, you go to Reddit and no one knows anything about it.
I've recently started a medication that has actually, no joke, changed my life. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it is.
The life-changing miracle drug.
They call it nature's Adderall. It's called Thesis. Do your research. If you have ADHD, it is
Yeah.
life-changing. I'm not on it today, which is how you know because I have no train of thought.
That's fair.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but it really has changed my life. And the whole reason I decided to do that was because of Reddit. Because I saw an ad for it on Instagram, and I was
That's
like, well, I'm not
right.
just going to buy it. And then I was like, Thesis, Reddit. And I found a bunch of articles or Reddit threads that were people like talking about how it's helped them. And I was like, oh, okay, well, these people are like me.
Yeah, and that's really cool because you can get like real, like first-hand accounts of people's experience with this. Yeah, I tried it. Oh, it didn't actually work. It's a scam. Or you know what? Actually, it seems like a scam. It's actually good. It worked out, and now you're on this cool new medicine.
Literally changed my life.
Wild.
I can't even tell you.
Reddit is changing lives, but the lives of us are ending because it's the war of the world.
Segue. We're like Paul Blart on the Moral Cop.
Pop, blop, mop, cop. War of the Worlds. They made a new one of these.
Well, wait. There's one more thing I want to say about the
Yeah.
original broadcast. Something I didn't know. So, if you look at his smug face, so
Ronald Knox.
Ronald Knox actually did the first radio prank. So in 1928,
It's so wild of me to think like in the 1920s people were doing shit like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fun.
in 1926 on BBC Radio, Ronald Knox created barricades, which simulated a live report of a revolution in London. The broadcast reported lynching several people, including a government minister, and then he was actually mixing it with music that was live.
That's so much darker.
Oh,
than
yeah.
doing like, because at least with Orson Welles, it's like, oh, this is science fiction, so it's a little bit out of reality. This guy's like, guys are getting lynched.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
But it caused a major panic because it aired over a snowy weekend when people were like locked into their houses, and it delayed the newspaper delivery.
So they couldn't even fact check it.
So people who had listened to that radio broadcast thought that their hometown was being destroyed by revolutionaries.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
the British are coming.
That was interesting. And apparently Orson Welles says that broadcast gave him the inspiration to do
insane.
War of the Worlds.
It's so funny. This thing has happened quite a few times, actually. I was listening to another podcast that brought up there's a similar thing that happened on broadcast TV that was done on BBC One called Ghost Watch, which is actually really fun. This was done in like 1992.
Never heard of this.
It was like it was done mockumentary style about like a supernatural horror television film. Basically, it was like this group of people that were going to check like a poltergeist in a haunted house kind of thing.
Okay.
They pre-shot it, so it wasn't live, but it was done up like it was live television. And then they aired it on Halloween night. And they only aired it once. And people really believed it happened. They've never like re-aired it on television. But it got banned basically because it was basically a deliberate attempt to cultivate a sense of menace. It was
of course.
It was ruled that the program was like excessively distressing and graphic. It was referring to scratches on children from ghosts and reference to mutilated animals. Like it was actually like pretty deep. But it was a similar thing where like there were, I think, literally like 1 million callers that called into BBC One. They're like, hey, what's going on? Is this really happening? Or is this evidence of ghosts? People are just, you can get people.
That's so cool.
If you do it well enough and you're believable enough, like it really,
Sincerity
it really
is real, man.
them.
Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to say about the radio drama before we move on.
Yeah.
Talking about if people believed it.
Yes.
So yeah, it's highly debated whether or not we made it back. We're closing the curtain.
We're getting there.
It's highly debated how many people believed it, but it did seem over the next like weeks and months that they actually did have people calling in, and they were very, very worried that the world was actually being destroyed. There was actually, while it was happening, the CBS executives started trying to shut it down halfway through. They were like, wait, stop. We're going to scare people. You have to stop.
Ooh.
You have to turn it off. And then that never happened. But
crazy.
this is actually what gave Orson Welles the storyteller and trickster name, is what people call him.
Crazy.
He was 23 when he did.
Yeah, he was. That's a prank a 23-year-old would play for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I could totally see. So that means if he was 23, he was 15 when he heard the BBC, the one that Ronald Knox did.
I could really see that having an effect on a person.
So if you're
at like
15 and you're listening to the radio and you hear the officials getting lynched at your local, downtown,
That's gonna leave an impact on
and you're freaking
you.
out, and your mom's crying. It's like he's experiencing 9/11,
Yeah.
but it's not actually happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the next, it would be
It's
like,
yeah,
it would be
truly.
like the next day you find out 9/11
it
didn't
never
happen.
happened. Yeah,
It was a prank.
It was all fake. That's crazy.
What a sentence. I mean, it's probably not that extreme, but
But still, that's huge though.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
very accurate.
Anyway,
But yeah, the War of the Worlds has left a lasting impact on culture and the zeitgeist.
It left a lasting impact on me. I do remember like being a kid and learning about this and think it was so cool.
It's really neat. There have been several different adaptations of it, either in book form, radio broadcast. There have been several other movies. I'm looking at a list right now
I
of
never
like
looked at the other ratings.
literally like 13 other either direct War of the Worlds movies or shows or like inspired by.
What was the Tom Cruise one rated?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Where's that? I don't know the exact title of that one.
It's the War of the Worlds.
Is it just the War of the Worlds? Because
I think it is.
Well, because like there's the War of the Worlds from 1953.
Oh, I never
War
saw
of
that
the
one.
Worlds 2005. Oh, that's the one. That's Tom Cruise from 2005.
I know that
This
Cruise
War of the
anywhere.
Worlds, which was a TV series from 1988 to 1990. War of the Worlds, the true story. Everything you heard before then was a fake, apparently. Then 2012. There was The Great Martian War, 1913 to 1917, which is a TV movie from 2013. There have been lots of different adaptations of this, and now we come to you in the lovely year of 2025.
Wait, so the Tom Cruise one had a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, no, apparently it's good. It's ranked only second to the original from 1953.
When I was a child. I was in 5th grade when that movie came out.
That's wild.
I'm surprised my mom actually let me watch
Oh my God. Wait, the 1953 movie actually looks kind of kick-ass.
Oh, I've seen that.
This looks fun.
I've seen that.
Damn,
Yeah.
I want to watch this movie.
It is fun.
Hell yeah.
It's silly fun.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go watch the War of the Worlds 1953. Instead, we watched
you're
War of the
not.
Worlds 2025. And Tarek,
We've made
how
it.
is this? Were we excited to watch this?
We've made it here.
We've landed. We have crash landed like a meteor to the earth.
Nice. I see what you did there. Dude, listen, I actually was kind of excited to watch this. So when I first saw it, I saw a trailer for it on Prime, and I was like, oh, wait, hold on. They're doing that thing that Missing and Searching did. And I don't know if you're familiar with those movies, but one of them has John Cho in it. And it was a movie about him like searching for his 16-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Did you ever see it? You didn't see either of those movies, did you? That movie was great. Both of those movies are actually super tense. And the concept of a person sitting at their... Okay, for those of you who don't know, it's a guy sitting at his computer trying to do something. What else do you call it?
It's tough to say, but like basically the gist of it, there's actually a term for this. It's called screen life, and that's what movies like this are called. So movies like that, movies like Unfriended 2, where the entirety of it takes place basically on a person's screen. Either that or it's like a stagnant camera from their like webcam or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's the gist of these kinds of
screen
movies. They only exist within a computer screen usually.
And Emily can attest to this. We were sitting on our couch. I was just like scrolling through Amazon Prime, and I saw War of the Worlds on there, and I was like, wait, what? They created a screen life version of War of the Worlds?
And it came out of nowhere, too. There were no, like, trailer lead-ups to it or anything. There was no announcement. It just kind of dropped out of nowhere.
And most people would be like, ew, that looks terrible. But me, I was like, wait, that's genius. You're transcending the medium. The original medium that was radio. That was the popular medium at the time.
That's true.
And then now, it's 2025. The popular medium is the computer.
On paper, it sounds like a cool
Exactly.
idea.
I was into it.
Sounds cool.
And then I saw that it had a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was scathing reviews immediately for the War of the Worlds 2025. But not to mention, Derek, there is one man we have at the center of our screen who is our guiding light through all of this War of the Worlds 2025 nonsense.
Arguably the best actor of all time.
Ice
O'Shea
Cube's
Jackson
back,
Sr.
guys. Ice Cube is back. I don't know where he went, but damn, he is
Did he leave?
back. I think I feel like he left. I feel like he did a lot of movies for a while and then just stopped and just wasn't doing anything.
Wasn't he in that show that I watched?
Was he? What was he? What was he?
I don't want to be wrong. Hold on.
I'm trying to load his credits and it's failing me.
I don't know. He's just not a good actor.
It is unfortunate. It is truly unfortunate. He is trying his best.
I need to admit something to you right now.
Lay it on me.
When I first read the description for this movie, I thought it was Ice-T.
Oh, you thought it was Ice-T.
And I think that's part of why I was excited. Because Ice-T's in Law & Order SVU. And I was like, yeah, he's one of the main characters.
I didn't know Ice-T was like a significant actor.
He's actually like he's actually like okay. I don't know. SVU's great.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to say he's good, but I don't want to say he's bad
He's
either.
not
because
bad
he's
either.
He's like fine. So I was like, okay, maybe he can pull it off. And then I remember I did see him, and it wasn't Ice-T.
Yeah.
It was very much not Ice-T.
And Ice Cube is okay. I've certainly seen worse actors. It's just a matter of the fact that, like, I don't feel like I can take him seriously. He's done a lot of like very comedic, funny things, in his acting career. Everybody knows him from like movies like Friday and like Are We There Yet?
Oh, that's right.
And so like you see the man, and I'm like, it's gonna be hard for me to like see you in like a really like taking it real serious. And he's the only thing you see for most of the movie.
Right along.
Classic movies. Everybody loves these movies.
Well, Straight Outta Compton was famous.
No, yeah, of course.
Okay, but
Not to say he's not ever done good work, but
can I complain real quick? Can I get on my high horse?
get on your high horse.
It's me. I'm the high horse.
Back it in.
Did you
high
remember
horse.
that you're a character podcast where you have characters?
We have characters like our
characters in a long
beloved
time.
high. We could never forget about you, high horse.
I feel like since Derek's moving his house and you packed me in a box and I'm sitting in a warehouse right now, cocking over radio.
We gave you
forgot about
fun
me.
things to play with in the box. There's a paddle ball in there. You could learn how to
Yeah,
paddle
but you
ball.
packed my butt plugs in a different box.
That was for our safety and yours.
I'm just smashed up against Science Jim's ass all day.
Is that him back there, Science Jim? Or is that you stuck on his ass back
Yeah,
there?
I don't know what's going on. Count Trivia left. Where'd he go?
No, I have not left. I just think it is funny to look at you pressed up on this horse's ass.
I love you actually laughed at that. That was so good.
The scenario is funny. We're creating a beautiful world here.
Anyway, this is very... Wait,
That was Science Horse. That was Science High Jim. Science High Jorse.
Oh, God. We're becoming one. We're becoming Science Horse.
So hold on. So what is your complaint before we lose it forever?
No, we got human centipede. I become one. I have become horse.
Listen, it's impressive your work as a voice actor to be able to combine
On
these
accident.
two voices. No, it was always intentional.
No, it was definitely not on purpose. No, Ice.
Ice.
Thank you for the box. Go back in your box. That's kind of ironic that High Horse, his sustenance is boxes and he is
From
in
a box,
a box.
from box you were made, and to box you shall return.
Whoa, getting all religious on me.
What grinds your gears?
Ice is the concept that grinds my gears. Why are there two different people with the name of Ice? Because listen, man, if you're gonna name yourself something, why would you name yourself something that in one flash of heat could melt away? You know what I mean?
That's your issue. There's not strong. You should name yourself like Iceberg. That's bigger.
Well, yeah,
bigger, bolder.
I mean, yeah, that destroyed an entire cruise ship that killed thousands of people.
That's true. Very
It's like,
strong, very mighty.
That's way cooler.
yeah.
Iceberg Cube.
maybe it is. Maybe
Iceberg
it's short
tea.
for that.
I don't know. It's just like dumb.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
His name is dope. O'Shea Jackson. That sounds way cooler.
That is actually a pretty
than
good name.
Ice Cube. Because Ice Cube, it's like, seriously, man. Like, what are you gonna sit in a drink?
I think it's like a rapper thing because he's like cold as ice, you know. Like, and I think it's a cool thing at the time. But yeah, then you have Ice-T as well coming up on this mix. Yeah. Hello.
It is I, Bilbo Bartender.
Whoa. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Derek, how did he get the address to get here again? I didn't know we were still letting him around.
I thought we sent him away.
Did
We mail him to Germany?
We got rid of him.
I don't know why you did. Is it because I ate so many children?
We've missed you, Bilbo. What's you working on here? You had to show up fast enough. Please tell us about the clever drink you provided for us today, because Derek's laughing about it.
I'm not laughing. Oh, Derek's not laughing. This is a cup. This
Bilbo,
is your drink
for the fans
day.
out there who might not be super familiar with you, what is your purpose here on this podcast?
Have I been gone long enough to not? Well, I provide drinks. I'm a bartender. I make a themed drink every episode with an asterisk. So this week, what you have is an ice cube. And let me tell you, it's melted.
Yeah. So we can get some Foley here real quick. Just listen to the. That's the sound
That's
of
actually a fun sound.
of ice. What were ice
just
cubes
spilled ice
sloshing
all over
around in melted water? Now, it was a great idea to start doing ice cubes as the drink. Yeah, Derek's just spilling ice all over himself.
That was awesome. Let me tell you, this drink, it may just look like a little bit of water with a few ice cubes in it, but it is a perfect metaphor for the movie War of the Worlds 2025.
Interesting. Speak on that.
Because it started with an ice cube and then melted to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, you're not going to do a shot of it with me?
Oh yeah. I'll take a shot of some.
You have to swallow all of these ice crystals.
God.
It's going to be very cold.
Here we go.
You're probably going to get a headache.
Oh God! Cheers. Whoa! God, Derek spit is out.
I couldn't do it. There's so much ice.
That's a lot of ice. It's all gone.
You have an incredible throat, sir.
I'm gonna tell my mom someone said that about me today. Mom, someone told me I have a great throat. Thanks.
I couldn't do it. My gag reflex kicked in.
Listen, I didn't do it with ease. Let me tell you.
You can ease stuff down your throat real good.
No, not with ease.
That was gross.
I'm really glad we're not living in the timeline where you took that and just choked on it a lot. And we didn't have the Great Ice Massacre, the Great Ice Cube Massacre of 2025.
We did, actually. It was War of the Worlds. Ay, ba-ding, dong, 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 bong, ga-dong, gong, gong,
I don't know what it is about that like I absolutely knew you were about to say it, but it was still hilarious. Much like several things that happened in this movie.
Can I leave?
Yes, please.
I don't want to talk about this.
Bilbo, you get your excuse.
We have to. If you don't let me leave, I sit here for the whole time, and then I chime in.
true,
And
you
you
just
really
don't
want.
And we don't let you get a hand on the ball.
Anyway, enjoy this Soupy Twiz.
But we'll get into it more when we actually get into the movie proper. But there were so many moments during the movie where we jokingly predicted what was about to happen, and then it really came to pass. And we'll get to that once we talk about the movie. Derek, do you have any info about the movie to tell us? On the behind the camera side of things.
I got distracted by hating Ice Cube's name. And I really do. I still do. So the craziest thing about War of the Worlds is the fact that it exists.
Yeah. There's a lot of things crazy about it.
There actually is. I'm going to jump into that. So first off, let's talk about Rich Lee. Are you familiar?
I'm not familiar with Rich Lee.
He's the one who wrote and directed this movie. The funniest thing about this man is all the other stuff he's done. Mm-hmm. He's mostly made music videos.
Interesting.
Which we've had that happen before, where like we've had directors that have mostly made music videos.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just going to read off some of the music videos that he directed.
Oh, please.
Because let me just say,
I need to know all about this.
Because he was in Jesse McCartney's How Do You Sleep featuring Ludacris.
Interesting.
He directed the video. He also directed a bunch of Breaking Benjamin music videos. Michael Bublé, I Haven't Met You Yet. The Black Eyed Peas, I'ma Be Rockin' That Body, and Rock That Body, and I'm a Bee.
It's so funny to just say these titles out loud.
And Eminem's Not Afraid. You familiar?
Interesting.
You familiar,
So this is the man behind this movie.
Yeah, and Jason Derulo's Don't Want to Go Home. Maroon 5's Love Somebody. I'm actually scrolling past a lot, by the way. Will.i.am,
crazy.
The Hardest Ever.
He's hitting some bangers in here.
Eminem,
I'm familiar with
Rap
a lot of these.
God. Eminem, The Monster, which I watched that. I remember when that video came out in 2013.
Yeah,
I
you were
watched
there.
that
You were
video.
up watching that. You're up on VH1 checking out all these videos.
MTV. No, I'm just kidding. Michael Jackson and Justin Timberlake's Never Felt So Good.
Wow.
Love Never Felt So Good. Eminem's Phenomenal. He did a lot of Eminem.
So
Why
he's
isn't Eminem in this
He's done
movie?
a lot of music videos.
Yeah,
And
because
a lot of
this was
substantial ones.
still going. Let's jump forward. Let's see what he's done recently.
Yeah.
The Black Eyed Peas and Shakira, Girl Like Me, Billie Eilish, All the Good Girls Go to Hell.
Whoa.
Lana Del Rey's Doing Time. Like, you get it.
Yeah. So a lot of music videos, and then War of the Worlds 2025.
Yeah, so you try to search through here, and you're like, are there any movies in there?
Yeah.
Do you have any credibility as a filmmaker?
Yeah, I don't understand how he's the one who helmed this.
No, so they just handed him War of the Worlds.
What's crazy though is the fact that you mentioned I was misled because in my research into the trivia side of things, I thought the director was this guy named Timur Bekmambetov. He's a Kazakh Russian director and film producer. Because all of the
Was
trivia
he involved?
Yeah, apparently heavily. A lot of the reason this movie even exists is because of him. We'll get to that later in the trivia.
He's not anywhere.
He's if you look on the Wikipedia, he's one of the producers.
Yeah, I see him under producer, but that's it.
Yeah, so he just heavily influenced it as said producer, I guess. But it was really interesting to me because I'm like, well, what has this guy done? He's done something called Night Watch in 2004, Ben-Hur 2016. He did Wanted, that movie with Angelina
Curve the
Jolie
Bullet.
where they curve the bullets. Also, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter from 2020.
That movie apparently sucks.
Which, by the way,
Wait, that's 33.
is low enough for us to watch for the
Can I
podcast.
tell you, I've actually wanted to watch that for years.
Yeah.
Wait,
so that's
we can't forget that. Will you make it so whatever we watch after the one we're watching next
yes.
is this movie?
Because, listen, no joke.
Genuinely wanted to watch that for a
I
long
kind
time.
of want an excuse to check this movie out.
When did that come out?
That came out 2012.
I remember something else came out in 2012, and I was at the movie theater and I saw a poster for this, and I was like, I have to see that movie.
Imagine you're at the movie theaters in 2012. You're like, which way, Western man, do I want to go to see this movie or see Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? Anyway, that's a whole side
Let's talk
quest.
a little bit more
we'll go
about
on later.
Rich Lee, who
Yeah.
did direct this film. He also did some of the visual effects for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, and Curse of the Black Pearl.
He did the visual effects.
He helped with it. He was a supervisor. He was a pre-visualization supervisor.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about this?
Yeah. Let's talk.
So
Let's
you've
discuss.
watched War of the Worlds 2025.
Of course, yeah, I loved it. Good stuff, right? Really good visual
What did you
effects.
think about the visual?
Awesome, so good. Loved him. Really, really nice. Really not the worst shit I've ever seen.
I'm not even going to comment. You'll hear about it in like 10 minutes.
Lord, guys. The CGI in this movie is something to see for sure.
You guys like Spy Kids? Go watch that instead.
It's so true.
Kenny...
But even Spy Kids is lovable for its like wonky CGI.
Oh, yeah. I love Spy Kids. Are you kidding?
Not so much in this one.
So you also got Kenny Gold, who is one of the writers for this. Really hasn't done anything I'm familiar with. I sincerely don't know how some of these movies get greenlit.
Honestly, like who's doing this?
Like I love it when new directors and new writers are doing things. I really do. I think that's fantastic that like big companies are giving chances to these directors and writers.
Of course.
But like why did someone write this script and then Amazon was like, "Hey, yeah, you come on in."
And Derek, tell me, you were the one who mentioned this to me. This movie has existed for a second now,
yeah,
right?
Just
it
about
did not
to get into
just
that.
get made, right? It sat on a shelf for a minute.
Yeah, so this movie was actually made in the midst of the COVID-20.
Yeah.
I said the word. It was made in the middle of COVID.
Yeah,
right.
Which is why it exists in this format, I would assume.
Yes. So
There are several moments inside the movie where it tries to show actors together, like in pictures, and it is so clearly just photoshopped.
Oh, absolutely.
These actors never met each other.
I guarantee that none of them were ever in the same room.
Which, I mean, again, I suppose makes sense if you're making it amidst a pandemic.
Even the guy and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
There's this very specific moment where they're supposed to be together, and it was very obvious they were not in the same room.
Nope.
Which is wild. And
Crazy.
honestly, kind of credit to them for doing that. Like, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, for making art amidst the chaos.
I'm not like impressed, but I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ice Cube was announced that he was in this movie, that it was being filmed using Screen Life technology. They wanted it to look like a commercial film, but it had the budget of a contained thriller. It has not been announced how much this movie cost,
Which is so funny.
However, some sleuths on the internet, not me, did find that when around this movie was being filmed, Amazon announced or like registered that they were spending $65 million on a thriller starring Ice Cube.
And just where did that money possibly go?
So yeah, the big guess is that this movie cost $65 million.
So
the movie
that makes me sad.
The movie in which one of the characters who's on screen for maybe 6 minutes is at a golf course the entire time.
It is so apparent that they filmed this one guy's whole stint
On
out of
his
the on his phone
with his AirPods in
out of the golf course
at a golf course.
At the same location the whole time.
Even
world's
when the world's
ending
fucking
around
dying.
him. He stays because he's got to work on his par. He's got to work.
I wish this movie had a better par. That didn't even make sense. Anyway, so the film was produced using Screen Life technology, right? And in an interview with one of the producers, Bekmambetov, is that the guy you were just talking
the producer.
about? He said that this was a great idea because he thought if aliens invaded, and I quote, if aliens invaded today, how would we experience it? Most likely we'd be watching it on our phones. In that way, it's a spin on Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. Back then, he used radio, the most popular technology at the time, to make people believe the invasion was real. Today, that medium is on the screen of our devices.
Yeah. You just called that out, right?
Yeah, and reading that, I'm like, okay, that is what I wanted.
Yes.
I think that is a good idea.
It's a good premise.
Paper, maybe they should have let Bekmambetov
And see,
direct
it's funny.
it.
All of the things I see are always about him talking about the movie and not Rich Lee. Like, what? He directed the movie and just fucked off. He's like, Bembekov, McBembekov. What the hell's his name?
Timur Bekmambetov.
Timur
Bekmambetov. He did Unfriended.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he
That
was
makes a lot of sense.
behind Unfriended.
He's
Sorry, I
the
just didn't
brains
know this
behind
guy.
that.
Oh yeah, right. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
It is really funny to me though that like his whole thing is coming to Amazon being like, listen guys, you can do this shit for cheap. I did Unfriended and it was cheap. So just do that.
He also did Missing in 2023, which you really should check out. I really do think people... Oh, God, he also did Hardcore Henry.
Oh, my God, that's funny. There was a moment or two that felt like Hardcore Henry in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a producer on those. But still, I mean, sometimes producers have a lot of say, so
that's
sometimes
fair.
they don't.
You got much more info for this?
Yeah, so this movie was filmed in 2020. Probably didn't take long. There isn't very much on the actual production itself. They just really wanted it to look as like I guess not low budget as possible, but they did kind of want it to look low budget.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like, again, this is like a weird thing I've noticed recently where like sometimes such gloss and studio shine and polish on movies makes them worse to me.
I agree
If
with
it
that.
looked a little worse, I feel like it would have worked better, especially since we're talking about like everyone utilizing their phones and webcams to record some stuff. But there was a little more grain to it. But it looks too clean around the edges. I just don't like it.
I'm sorry. Every once in a while they'd be recording and like it's like the whoever was doing all of the screen life stuff decided, oh wait, we need some stutter. We have to show we have to show that the internet's bad.
Every so often someone's video would just like kind of clip a little bit. And you're like, oh, this is believable now because that happens to me when I'm on a video call on Zoom and Teams and shit.
Ava Longoria joined the cast immediately after Ice Cube because she was like, oh, fuck, I love Ice Cube. I'm going to join. And then Universal actually did greenlight the film and fast-tracked it. They're like, it's in production. So between September and October of 2020, they decided to make the movie. They had Ice Cube in, they had Ava Longoria, and then they filmed it.
Insane.
And then 5 years later,
They blow the dust off of the cartridge
Amazon
that has this
like
movie on it.
shadow dropped it. They're like, okay, well here, so all of these people are in the movie, and here's the movie.
Here you go.
Hey, guys,
have
go.
it. There.
Go.
Just don't make a big fuss about it, guys. Just don't. And then Twitter fucking tore it apart.
Yeah, it actually released in July. Oh, that was 1 month ago. I don't know why I thought that was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
we're a little behind the
July
the trend
feels
of it.
like 6,000 years ago. Anyway, that's basically all I have to say about it. It was just, it was a disaster. It seems like it probably didn't take anything to film. They literally just had everybody on their. Most of this movie was After Effects, them creating his computer screen and giving Ice Cube what was it, like a 80 words per minute typing speed? What's a fast typing speed?
I remember noticing that actually because you're basically you're through the lens of Ice Cube's computer for most of it, and so anytime something is typed in the computer, it's typed really really fast because he's like head of cybersecurity.
And okay,
Yeah. What are these grunts and groans about?
I'm just the way he types.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Every time.
Single word is perfect. He never has to backspace.
That's true.
He never has to correct his grammar.
If this is realistic, they got the stuttering on the video feeds. I feel like we should have a little bit of like, oh fuck, backspace, typing a thing a second time.
That's why I like the movie like Missing and Searching, because they didn't. That was never noticeable.
Yeah.
It was never like just like all these crazy zooms around the screen. It was anyway.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we get into the movie.
I did look it up, and like an average typing speed is around 40 words per minute. This guy was at like 130 words per minute. He was typing faster than an AI. So,
I feel like I want to test what my typing speed is. I'll figure that out sometime.
Do you want to pause and come back? No. Wait, I do. We're going to pause. Hold on. Okay, we're back.
Okay, so we really actually, just for funsies, went to typingtest.com, did a minute-long word typing process.
Yeah. And I need to clarify something before we reveal our answers. I have this thing where I shotgun the words. So I just like, and then like I backspace a lot. Like my backspace pinky is on point. It's actually my right ring finger.
Yeah,
I just go and I'm really good at backspacing. And so I make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, let's reveal.
Yeah, so I'm looking at, let's see, my typing speed is at 57 words per minute, time multiplied by a 100% accuracy because I had 0 typos, because anytime I'd fuck something up, I just went backwards. So I'm sitting at 57 words per minute, which according to this, the average typist is like 36. I'm in the fluent range. I'm not fast, I'm not pro, but I'm fluent. Derek, where are you at?
My typing speed is 67. Take that, bitch. Yours is a 57, mine's 67.
But tell them more, Derek.
But I had 83% accuracy with 11 typos. And I had a 56 net speed.
Yeah, so my net speed was just a point above his because I went back and fixed my typos, and he had 11.
Fuck you. I'm actually really glad we're so close, though.
That is
I feel like
wild.
we're like on par with each other.
That's
with my
crazy.
mistakes.
So we're both fluent in that.
Because
But
if
Ice
one
Cube
of us,
was-
like, what if I had like a 10?
That would be crazy.
I was so worried.
I was worried they were going to be
halfway.
like really, really different.
That was wild.
Anyway, Ice Cube probably sits in the fast or pro range. But I mean, if you're head of cybersecurity, I guess that makes sense.
It does make sense, but also like he was typing like 180 words per minute, like no mistakes at all. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, brother.
It was kind of fun. Wasn't it kind of fun doing that test?
I enjoyed that.
I just want to take writing tests. Mine talked about Pokemon. Did yours talk about Pokemon?
What?
Yeah.
No? I was talking about like a dresser in the woods or something.
Oh, yeah.
I
We
don't
had
know.
very different tests.
Stupid.
Anyway, so is that all our info we have about the behind the scenes? Should we get into expectations?
Yeah, let's do it.
Or I guess we can talk about the reviews real quick.
Yeah.
There's a critics consensus and an audience says. Which do you prefer? You want the critics? You want the audience?
Well, I don't have it up yet, so do the audience.
All right. The audience says, to some, War of the Worlds is a branded, empty package. To others, it's a sci-fi guilty pleasure treasure that proves the old adage right.
Guilty pleasure treasure?
Just don't know about that. Just don't know
Guilty
about
pleasure treasure.
What did the critics say?
Standing Ice Cube in an inept screensaver with wall-to-wall product placement. War of the Worlds will make audiences consider giving peace a chance instead.
Sebastian
writes
Zavala
those?
Khan, I have no idea, from Me Gusta El Cine with a rotten review says, a feature film whose script seems to have been written in an afternoon full of logical holes, ridiculous reactions, and frankly embarrassing product placement. Full review in Spanish.
Steven Silver says, a story this big needs to be opened up, not confined to browser windows.
Guys, I usually try to do at least one rotten and one fresh one. There's only on this one page, there's one fresh review from Jordan Hoffman of Entertainment Weekly.
Barely fresh.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
Yeah, who's a top critic, just says it's certainly stupid, but it's also a great deal of fun.
And finally, Matt Patches from Polygon says, if the movie were any good, I might fear the implications.
That's funny. See, again, there's a lot in it that could, had you done it well, could work.
Yeah, man.
So should we talk our expectations?
Oh, one thing I didn't mention was the scores. So
yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes is at a 3%, audience is at a 21%. Letterboxd is sitting at a 1.0. IMDb is a 2.5, dude. That is so low. And then I guess that the gross from this movie is probably like 8 million drones.
Yeah, I would
8
assume.
million prime drones.
Yeah, prime drones. Let's talk expectations for this movie. I think it's no surprise. I was not expecting to have a good time. I think you, with like thinking about what the movie could be,
Yeah, well, and I knew
like
it would be
had
funny.
higher hopes.
And I had seen like some clips online,
Yeah.
and so I was like, I tried to stay away from it as much as I could because I knew we were going to watch it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I did
yeah.
like, I heard some reviewers online talking about it, and I knew that it was at least going to be funny. Bad.
Yes, for sure. My first formal expectation just says so awful, but laughably so. Because like you, I was like, I'm really hoping that this is one of those that is just so ridiculous that we can just have a good time at the ridiculousness.
My first expectation is. So Ice Cube's wearing glasses the entire movie, so I was guessing that the reflections in his glasses wouldn't match what was actually happening on his screen.
That's a good expectation. That's a new one.
You'll see. I like my expectations for this movie. I felt like my balls got a little bigger.
And his balls grew
Three sizes that day.
And then they took him to the hospital.
And then they burst. And all of a sudden, he was singing with all the highest choirs.
Balhudores, Balhudores.
And he changed his name to Dolores.
Anyway, my next expectation. I just said sickening pans and zooms on screen. Because I feel like they understood, like, it would probably be really boring if we just had a still image of Ice Cube's computer screen the whole time. And so they took that, and in an effort to make it interesting, they zoom in on, like, he's typing this over here. Then on another portion of the screen, they zoom in there, and he's clicking on this. He's opening this call. It was chaos.
It was chaotic.
And it was
exhausting.
Even just in the trailer, I was like, this looks maddening. And so I wasn't really excited about that. So that was another expectation.
Absolutely. The CGI will be increasingly more and more terrible.
That's
like,
good.
I don't know, man. The freaking... Seeing it in the trailer, I was just like, oh... We're in for it.
My next expectation just said, Ice Cube thinks he's in a better film. I really feel like just the way I see him portrayed throughout this trailer, I'm like, I really feel like he thinks he's giving his all in a much better, more deep, more serious, better movie than he's actually going to get by the end of this movie.
Horrendous product placement. I mean, I feel like even in the trailer we saw product placement because it's an Amazon movie.
Yes, an
Jeff
Amazon
Bezos
movie.
has his cum all over this. What is happening to me today?
It's all over the place.
I just think that it's going to be bad.
Yeah, all over the place with that. I said nothing practical, not even a little bit. No practical Martians, no practical tripod creations, no gore or anything like that. I was like, this is just going to be screens and nothing else.
Absolutely. Ice Cube will have every cringe acting trope in the book.
Yep.
Things like, you know, the huff, the sad walk away with your hand on your head, or the darting looks left and right, the mouth open. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The acting 101, the 1000 class in college.
It's like you're going to like you're doing community theater and someone's dad is doing it, and he's like, these are the things that portray the acting. Like, rubbing his hands on his face,
or you like
the frustration,
the hands. They always do like way too much with their hands.
The hand acting, just over gesticulating with them.
That's my thought.
And then my last one was the only thing in common with the OG is the title. That's the only thing that will be in reference to the original War of the Worlds. Beyond, I suppose, aliens on Earth.
Yeah,
but that could be anything.
And then my final is the concept of it being a modern medium of delivery. Just like the original broadcast will be wasted of with any believable visual or any the lack of anything believable.
Yeah, because you swayed me. That is a good point in taking what is the of the time now and utilizing it in a similar way like they did with the radio show, like they did when it was a book. Like, that's a fun idea.
It's a great concept. And if they had done it with good visuals and good performances, it would have worked.
And good everything else. If they had done it good, it could have worked.
Maybe if they'd done it without Ava Longoria and Ice Cube.
Not enough golf courses is my sixth expectation.
Let's dip into this. Let's take the cold plunge, Derek, into this Ice Cube fueled nightmare. It's War of the Worlds 2025. How do you usually start your day, Derek? Get in the mindset here. You're apparently the only important person in cybersecurity, I guess, working for the American government. And so, you get up in the morning, you have a nice cup of coffee, a non-branded cup of coffee that is not trademarked
was it
or anything.
Starbucks? I thought it was Starbucks.
It was just a cup that looks like Starbucks, but they never showed a Starbucks logo.
Oh man, I had a note in here that it was actually Starbucks, but I was also very tired and annoyed.
Yeah, we watched this movie very late at night. And so you hop in, you log into your computer, you use all your credentials. Oh, another good morning. Let's just make the rounds.
Can we just talk about this real quick?
Yeah.
He logs onto his computer and he's like, "Oh, it's good to be back," which I think was just a reference to Ice Cube acting again.
That's so true.
Because he wasn't
back in the saddle again.
It was just the next day.
Yeah.
But he said it like he'd been gone for years.
Unless he loves his job so much he hates being away from his computer, which I mean, in some regards, this character kind of does. It seems like he's married to his computer in a sense.
But the way he said it made it seem like he was out on leave or something
it really
from
does
his
feel
job.
Like he's been gone for a minute.
But I genuinely think that was an ad-lib from Ice Cube talking about how it was good to act again.
That makes sense. He just got in front of a camera and that was the first thing he said, actually, we're going to keep that. Let's use that. I like that. But it's so funny because he's apparently in charge of checking surveillance. He's in charge of checking surveillances for terrorist attacks, I think is his job.
Yeah, so he works with the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, and he runs a government surveillance program that monitors every single person on Earth. So to give you the
single-handedly, by the way, it's just him.
It is just him. And he's got his Microsoft Teams open, which 90% of this movie takes place in Microsoft Teams, I must add.
The funniest part about him using that is anytime someone calls him, it's like, Sandra, NASA.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I got
so-and-so FBI.
That's how I label everyone in my phone. If you were to look through my contacts, it's literally like Isaac acting or something, like Isaac podcast.
Yeah, that's true, which is fair.
You have a real name now.
No, that's fine.
Because I've known you for a long
Isaac
time.
Podcast.
No. I've known you for a long time.
I do a similar thing if I've done a musical with a person, I have their number.
Oh, yeah. If I were to just scroll through my contacts, here, this is going to be fun. I'm going to scroll for 2 seconds and let's see who. Yeah. Okay, this is less exciting than I thought. Oh, no, Oliver Boss, Tony, Chef.
Yep.
These are all people that I work with, or friend Desert Star, his name's not.
But
friend,
so I don't use Teams. Do you name them? Do you basically make contacts like that?
Okay, this is where I'm going with it.
Okay,
in my phone,
yes,
that's how I do it.
Right
on Teams,
you have to make your name, right?
No. Your name is, if you're working for a government organization, all of those people have profiles on Teams.
Yes.
They're not going to name themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Sandra's not going to go in there and be like, my username is Sandra NASA. Like, that's just not how it's going to work.
Maybe he went in and like changed it for himself. I think you maybe go in and put like a note.
I mean, listen, the guy can hack fucking whatever he wants, apparently. He can do whatever he wants to any script of code and text in data.
So let's just talk about his job real quick to give...
Because I really want to talk about how he starts his day.
Yes. He sits down and he doesn't immediately start working. No, he looks for some terrorism, and it's like if you've ever played the video game Watch Dogs, it's like that, where he has a crosshair and he can target anyone in the world because there's drones everywhere.
But that's the funniest part of it to me is he's like, better start my job. He just goes to this camera and then to that camera and then to that camera. It's just people walking throughout Washington, D.C. He's like, yep, no terrorism today.
This guy's got 3 green check marks. He's good. Like,
yeah, it says like information about them when it like zooms in and closes in on their face. It's like, oh, this is Brad. He works at MIT. He does this. Threat level undefined. It's like, how do we what are these drones looking for to find this information while he's walking down the road?
I believe that the government does have this information on us. Like, I think the government can like look at us with facial recognition.
It is a real fear, for sure.
What I don't believe is that he can have a drone find his daughter and see the daughter's holding a bag of food and know exactly what is in that bag of food.
Man is a grade A stalker. You see him going through and seeing a bunch of other people. He can like zoom in and listen to their conversations.
Yeah.
Then he starts stalking this one girl that we discover, it's his daughter. Yeah. She's at the coffee shop. The barista's handing her a bag and it zooms in and it says muffin. And he FaceTimes her to be like, I don't think a muffin's a good idea. There's a hard-boiled egg right next to it. You should eat that instead. What the fuck?
So controlling. I mean, it's
crazy.
It's controlling to a new level. And then he's like, he's talking to his daughter instead of doing his job.
Yeah.
He's using all of his surveillance equipment to stalk his daughter.
Completely abusing his power. He's been at work for 5 minutes and he's immediately he's fucking off of his job and he's stalking his daughter for some reason.
And then he has the audacity to yell at her about this. And then on the bottom of his screen, it pops up, new charge, $250 to some video game. And he's like, oh, fuck, he's doing it again. I got to switch over. Hold on, honey.
Also, real quick, just to the extent of how much he stalks her.
Yeah.
He tells her about you have better stuff at home. You should probably be eating that stuff. He can hack into the camera inside her fridge, which is technology that exists. You can see that kind of stuff. But so he looks inside of her fridge to tell her what she should be eating instead.
My favorite thing about this, though, is it's not just that he's looking in the inside of his fridge. His computer tells exact descriptions of everything in there.
How much protein is in what thing.
Yeah, and then there's a piece of cake, which also I couldn't tell that was cake.
I couldn't either.
There's how does this computer know? It's so stupid.
No idea.
Right off the gate, we're 5 minutes into this movie, and we're seeing the most unbelievable bullshit.
The amount, this could be a drinking game, and we would get blackout drunk in the first 10 minutes of just how many times we said, it can't work like that. There's no way.
Work like that.
Absolutely not.
I mean, listen, we do not understand the lengths of technology these days. There's physically no way for us to understand.
Of course.
What I can understand is you can't look at a paper bag and tell me what's on the inside of the paper bag. There's no technology in a paper bag.
But so, yeah, it's clear he's a stalker. He's very controlling of his daughter. It seems like his relationship is strained there. But let's move to his other relationship with his other kid, who is currently spending $248 on a video game, apparently.
So at first I was like, oh, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. But then it turns out it's like Planetary Defense or something. He's playing an alien invasion game, which, come on.
Little on the nose.
But this freaking killed me. My guy, Ice-T, hacks into his son's computer. And he has that software installed on all of his kids' devices that lets him take control of it. Like tech companies do it all the time.
Crazy.
At work, my computer has the capability to be taken over by my IT department. It's just a thing. But he has it on his kid's computer, and he goes and uninstalls his son's game. Can we just talk real quick about how that's pointless?
That's so crazy.
He just reinstall
deleting the game isn't gonna make it go away. He still spent, but again, he's upset because his son immediately calls him. He's like, "Dad, did you delete my game? What the hell?" And it's like, okay, so hold on. Is this one game what cost you $248? I could not
understand. I was buying anime girl skins on wallpaper
I just
engine.
could not understand that. And another thing, it alerted him that he spent that much money. I'm like, is it the fact that he like his son lives with him at home and he's like he thinks he's wasting his life playing video games all day? Is it that he spent his dad's money, or is it the fact that he spent $250 of his own money and he's pissed at him about it? Either way, it's just so ridiculous that he has it set up that he gets an announcement about it. What did he spend that much money on?
I don't know. I want to know. It never comes back. It literally never comes back. And he's
such
like
an arbitrary number
He starts
to throw
yelling
out
at his
there.
dad about how it's his career. He's like, "This is my job. It's my livelihood to play games."
Yeah,
and
video games are my life, Dad.
I don't think they were.
That never really came up again. Like,
Also, we don't learn anything about this kid. He just kind of goes away for a little while.
no, we know that he plays video games and that's it, and his dad's kind of disappointed in him. So we find out a bit about Ice Cube as a character here. He's kind of a neglectful
We learned
dad.
everything we need to learn because now he
Truly.
goes to Facebook.
Yeah.
And he finds his dead wife.
Oh, man.
And he goes,
sends her a message.
he sends her a message that says, "I miss you."
And then because it zooms in very close to the message,
Yeah.
he types, "I miss you," and then it doesn't send. It has a little red X next to it.
which is
Then
funny because he kind of waits for it to send.
Yeah. But then, like,
So
we
sad.
zoom up. He sent another one last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. And then there's a voice message, the last thing she had sent him, which I think was just like, take care of the kids,
Yeah, it
basically.
was literally just like-
Which he's not doing.
No, he's doing the
He's so
opposite.
sad about his dead wife. He misses her, and he's not doing the last thing she asked of him.
Idiot.
He's just a neglectful father that loves his computer. He loves doing a little tip-tap, tip-tap. And he's hot on the case of this fucking, this basically like,
The Disruptor.
the disruptor. What's it?
Anonymous.
Anonymous. That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this like terrorist organization called Disruptor. It's so stupid because like you see this Teams chat with like a bunch of different like blank faces, and then there's this one face of like a cloaked figure.
Yeah,
behind,
like someone in
these
just like a
Matrix-looking
hoodie, and it's
things.
all their face is darkened out. It's like, I'm the disruptor. Their voice is all distorted and shit.
and they like give away some information or they leak some information or something, and then he's like, "I got you, you bitch," and
Yeah.
he hones in on like their location at
Which
some
is
house.
just he has fucking like the strongest Google search engine I've ever seen in a movie.
Well,
it's not
the-
Google.
yeah.
It's not Google, but you know, he's
It's the DHS.
He's DHS, of course. But he literally has this search engine that he'll just type in anything all over the place. Look up disruptor location, my daughter's muffin that she ate, blah blah blah, and it will hone in and find it for him and just give him a selection of like 8 cameras in the vicinity, and he'll just hack into it. Oh good, there happens to be a drone flying right over where I need it. Let me hack into this drone
This
real
movie
quick.
gave the impression that there are drones everywhere. Literally everywhere.
How many times have you seen a rogue drone
I
flying
don't know.
around?
The only
It
time I
doesn't
heard
happen
about
that
this
often.
happening was in New Jersey, and that stopped.
Yeah, that was see. That's the thing. That was such a thing that like we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
So you can't convince me. There's just drones everywhere.
I mean, maybe. Are we
with
safe?
these really good cameras that you can look into. Apparently,
I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Like CCTV is a thing. Like it's a good thing because it catches crime.
Yeah.
But like,
but it can be a bit much. And I do feel like there is something to be said about the lack of privacy that we have as a society these
Absolutely.
days, right? Like it's not incredibly far fetched. It's
in
just
this
a little
room,
far-fetched.
in this room, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras
That's-
that could be technically hacked into
that's
at
true.
any time.
Absolutely.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
That's why people cover their cameras
And
on their
again,
phones
there is
and
something
stuff.
that could have been done with that if it was done better.
Yes, absolutely. So he contacts his buddies over at, Teams.
The FBI,
The FBI.
NASA. Can I talk about the NASA character for a second?
Yeah.
It's Ava Longoria, right?
Yeah, she's doing it.
And she keeps contacting Ice Cube, showing him just fucking Adobe stock footage of like thunderstorms in the middle of a field.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
And she keeps showing him, she's like, are you getting any of this? This is a crazy anomaly. Are you seeing this right?
It kind of implied they're having a thing, too.
It seems like maybe there's something romantic happening between the two of them, but it's never really explored at all.
Thank God.
But what really bothers me is I'm like, what the fuck is this scientist, I guess, working at NASA contacting this man who works for cybersecurity about space storms? What does he know about that? How is he going to be able to help you with this storm problem? You have no reason to talk to him.
No, and that's why I was the only rationalization for that is that maybe they were together.
Yeah, they have to have some connection between each other, right? But yeah, that's her. It just bothered me the fact that she was contacting him at all.
And there are a bunch of characters that they kind of filter through, all in like Teams chat or like just like them sending him like video messages on their phone. Like
yeah,
FaceTime.
exactly. Like they make him seem
Well, they wouldn't
so
FaceTime because
incredibly
these are all
important.
Microsoft products.
These are all Microsoft products.
So-
You're right.
Clark
fucking-
Gregg
what's
is here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
from
fucking from Agents of Shield.
Agent Coulson. But
Agent Coulson.
the funniest thing about this is he looks like he is on the set of Shield.
Yeah,
And
it looks
it-
like it's like he's recording these in between takes.
It literally does look like they just had him record something on his phone.
Yeah.
In his setup from being Coulson.
It's just
And I'm not gonna lie, man. The timeline kind of works out. It would have been around the same time that this show was ending.
that's fair.
it is. It's not outside the realm
Yeah.
of possibility.
And like I get that it was COVID times, but I also feel like it speaks to like the lack of them putting any money into this. It's like, dude, listen, Agent Coulson, just fucking pull out your phone, record yourself right now.
I need
Just
3
set
minutes
it down
of
in
you
front
being
of you.
worried about an alien invasion. So you may notice we haven't talked about an alien invasion yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that happens before Martians even land, and then shit hits the fan very fast.
Oh yeah, and then all of a sudden, now we're getting a ton of meteors hitting.
And what's really fun about to go back and talk about the novel really quick, what's fun is that there's this thing that happens where people see like these flashes in the sky. Like they're these like they see these stars basically that light up. And that's all they see for a minute. Then after weeks and weeks, the first asteroid lands and it's just one for a minute. And it's like this kind of big thing. It's like, what's happening? What's here? Then they start to see things coming out of it. Eventually the Martians come out of it. They can't walk because of the gravity of the Earth because they're from Mars and the gravity's different, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is a fun idea.
Such a cool idea.
But so they spend weeks building together to build what are known as these tripod metallic things that have heat rays that can destroy the Earth, right?
Yeah.
But it's fun because it's a slow build. First, like, what is this meteor? Oh, God, these creatures are coming out of it. What are they building? Oh, God, it's this big tripod. There's a build up to it. These meteors land in this movie, and then immediately a robotic tripod thing comes out of it.
yeah, and they're fine.
They're completely fine.
And they
We
just
never
start
see a
destroying
Martian.
everything.
We never see any Martians. It
No,
honestly
no.
kind of implies that all life on Mars, I guess, is like robots. They're robotic. There's not even any flesh beings inside of these things.
They don't even really talk about where they're from in this.
No, I don't think they specify that they're from Mars at all.
They don't. And they don't really specify anything.
No. All we know is that they're here. They're hungry for data.
Dude, they want
Derek.
that data
They're I'm so hungry. I want data.
I want my data. It's like they want to sign up for Verizon's unlimited data plan and freak the fuck
Oh
out.
my God, they would lose their
lose their
minds if they had
mind.
unlimited data. I don't know what this movie thinks data is.
It doesn't know.
It's not a character from Star Trek. It's not
Nope.
even, no matter what you
That was
think.
good. That was a good one. I like that one.
Or a character from the Goonies, right?
It's not something you can eat.
It's not something you can eat for sure.
So anyway, to fast forward, because honestly, most of this movie at this point
Yes.
is him typing things into a computer. And it's a short movie. It's like an hour and 20 minutes.
But it feels
Feels so much longer. But so most of it is him like zooming around a screen, and the way it was moving was so nauseating.
It's sickening, truly.
It's like, I don't even know. Somehow they did shaky cam on a computer screen.
Explain that, atheist.
Yeah,
How
atheist.
do you do that?
You're saying God's not real? They did shaky cam on a computer screen.
But it's honestly like it's tough. Like we can get into a lot of specifics, but there's so
There's
much that
nothing
is
to
just
be
like
specific about.
the world is getting destroyed, and for some reason, Ice Cube is at the front of this, trying to figure out how to stop this and make it better. But in the midst of all of this, his kids are in trouble, and that's his main focus.
Yes.
Of like, oh no, I need to be helping my kids. Let's talk for a second about how they choose to show us these Martians taking over the world. It's all just like stock footage of like random wars and soldiers
Yeah.
and cities blowing up with the horribly CGI'd Martian tripods like superimposed over it.
Yeah, and the concept of someone like of this being shown through like someone's like FaceTime could have been interesting.
It could have been.
But
it
instead,
wasn't.
what you get is like someone's face horribly reacting to nothing, while in the back, like some After Effects robot has been programmed in to like destroy a building.
And in between all of it, you just see Ice Cube just going like, damn, and looking confused at the screen. Occasionally something really bad will happen. He'll get up and walk away from the computer for a second if it's a really bad one.
My favorite one is when he just like, oh shit, and he like pushes his chair to the side and walks away.
After he sees like one of the tripods uses heat ray to destroy a building or something. It's so hard to take seriously. It's so comical. But some of the funniest moments happen in the instances where he's trying to help his kids, because he can stalk them wherever they go. He can see what's on their screens anytime he wants, and that's not problematic at all. But he happens to see that, like, he's got a hold of his son. His son seems to be okay. His daughter, though, was out in the middle of town. He's like, oh God, what's happening to her? He gets a hold of her, and then one of the big tripods destroys a building next to her, and her screen goes like away for a second. You're like, oh God, is she dead?
You forgot about the moment when she was running from it, and he used like Google Maps to tell her where she needed to run, and his computer told him the path she needed to take.
He's like, yeah, take a left right here. I'm like, my guy, does your computer know where a fucking Martian is about to land on the Earth? Where are you guiding her to? It doesn't make sense.
Stupid.
But so what happens to her is she there's like debris that falls from this building. She gets impaled in the leg by something. I don't know, some iron rod, rebar or something. Yeah.
Hey, man, don't you know?
Heat rays can't melt steel beams, Derek.
Yeah, come on, you idiot. Explain this, atheists.
How does a heat ray cut through rebar? But so she gets impaled, and she desperately needs to get to a hospital. She's losing a lot of blood. We haven't talked at all about how he is in kind of communication with her boyfriend, who is played by none other than, you know him, you love him,
Jimmy Fallon.
Our lovely man, Devin Bostick. Now, for you keen-eared listeners out there, you might recognize that name from such titles such as Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, dude.
His discography is crazy here. I don't know if that's what you call it for actors, but he's been in a couple of crazy movies.
I believe it's called a filmography.
Filmography, that's what it is. He's in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and then another Diary of a Wimpy Kid, then another one. But in between that, you have Okja.
Oh, hey.
You have Fargo, the TV series, and Oppenheimer.
Who did he play? Did he play the bomb?
He was Seth Nettermeyer. He played the bomb. No, but if you know him from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, we're talking about Roderick. And for some reason, the internet went nuts over him and his portrayal of Roderick in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies.
I don't know.
Enough so that they recast him in like the latest remake of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, and they hated him because it wasn't that guy. It wasn't Devin Bostick. So anyway, he's here. He works for Amazon. And God, is that such throwing product placement at us.
He is driving an Amazon truck. He's wearing Amazon clothing. He talks about he loves his job.
That's another thing. He never once, like, he's kind of adamantly like, I love working at Amazon. It's such a great time.
The world is being destroyed, and my guy is still delivering packages.
He's still fucking going.
Thank God for Amazon, because if the world's being destroyed, I'm gonna need my magic cards that I ordered through Amazon.
Which is fair. But that is so funny because I have a friend who worked at Amazon, and I fully believe that if we were being invaded by Martians, Amazon would still make you work.
Oh, absolutely.
It would still force you to do your job.
In my mind, that's not like a testament to how great Amazon is. That's horrible.
No, it's awful. There's nothing great about that for sure. But anyway, so the boyfriend is struggling to get to his girlfriend in time, right? Ice Cube's daughter in this. So what does Ice Cube do? I need to figure out a way. I need to help. For some reason, he discovers he's like locked into this building for some reason. Yeah. His building's in lockdown, I guess, so he can't escape. So he is stuck on the computer.
He doesn't try very hard.
And Derek,
it's a glass wall.
And Derek made the funniest little. Wouldn't it be crazy if this happened?
Okay, yeah, but I was slightly wrong. But I was also slightly right.
I think you were completely correct.
No, I was like, what if he got like a fleet of Teslas to go and attack the robots? Was what I said. I was like, what if he hacks into all the Teslas to go attack the robots?
I think that was a later comment, because I want to say the first thing you said is, what if he hacks into a Tesla and has it get her to a hospital?
Maybe I did say
because I want to say you called it like 100% accurate.
At least I was talking about him hacking a Tesla, and then it immediately happened.
And not only is it like a self-driving auto car, it is deliberately a Tesla.
Yes.
That is the car that they use in this movie.
And he hacks into a Tesla.
He just finds one nearby.
Drives it to her. And my favorite thing about this is it doesn't just showcase the fact that a Tesla has auto driving.
Yeah.
It showcases a lot more about a Tesla. Like, you can check its battery level. You can shut down different parts of the Tesla to make it run better.
His daughter, who is pregnant also, by the way, that's not incredibly relevant.
It's not relevant
to her character at all. I think it just like makes you worry about her more, I think, because she's carrying a baby. I don't know.
I mean, in theory.
But so, like, she's struggling. She's bleeding out in the back of this Tesla. He's like, hold on, baby. I'm going to take care of you. He goes in and like turns up the AC inside the car, which is so funny that he can do that. He's trying.
That's cool as hell, man.
He's trying.
Made me want to immediately go buy a Tesla.
But then, a lot of bullshit happens beyond that. Like,
so like, yeah,
what are some highlights that we can talk about?
Well, right here, while it's driving, he has to shut down the surveillance inside the Tesla to reserve battery.
Yeah, because he happened to find a Tesla that had like 1% battery left.
Freaking idiot. There are probably Teslas all over the place.
He even hangs up on his daughter and then emails her being like, you need to conserve the battery. So let's not.
Email takes less data.
I guess.
And then he hacks into a drone and has the drone fly over the Tesla. And he's like, don't worry, baby. I'm still watching.
I got eyes on you. He literally takes a screenshot of his computer and sends it to her, being like, don't worry, I'm still watching you. Like, my guy, she didn't invite you to her baby shower because you're so over.
Yeah, that happened.
You're a literal helicopter parent. You're a drone parent.
He overhears a conversation between her and her boyfriend about how her dad never accepted her boyfriend's Facebook friend request. So he goes to Facebook and immediately accepts the friend request. Like, my guy, you don't have any tact.
No.
Okay, so this is getting crazy. The movie is so stupid,
so
and the
much.
world is being destroyed. He's having conversations with everyone and their dog.
Yeah, everyone's
the
stressing
president of the
out.
United States is here. He got on a Teams call with the president, which is like
Crazy.
pretty insane. But then we find out that his daughter was working on a cancer cure.
Yes.
It's the cannibal code.
One more time, Derek. The what?
She called it the cannibal code.
Cannibal code.
I don't know, man. And she has it in a flash drive. And so they decide, okay, we've figured it out. All of these robots are destroying our data. They're here for data.
Yeah, because they're all
we skipped
going.
ahead.
They all have the same like through line. They're all going to like data centers all over the world.
So Disruptor, remember Disruptor from earlier?
yeah. The
So
anonymous.
They have said that there is a giant data facility underground that the government has been building called Goliath.
So like Ice Cube works in like this high-tech security facility that has access to pretty much everything already.
Literally
And then
the peak.
the most you could possibly get. He could hack into anything he wanted with a few keystrokes, right?
But underground.
But there's an even bigger one. It goes even deeper than that.
His son called, remember his son?
Oh, I remember his son.
His son calls him and he's like, Dad, you don't understand. Underground, there's so much that they have,
He's like,
they're not
"Dad,
telling you.
Dad, I have information that can help us. You need to listen to me.
And he's like, "Not right now,
Listen,
son."
I don't have time for your conspiracy, son, and hangs up on him.
He's such a terrible dad.
He's really bad.
And then come to find out, okay, that he gets an anonymous message from this disruptor guy
Yep.
with a file which, okay, if you work for fucking NSA, you wouldn't open a random zip file that was emailed from you from the terrorist you're trying to stop.
Yeah, this seems super safe. The terrorist sent me a zip drive. Let's go. Let's open that.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Anyway, inside that flash drive are a bunch of different files. Oh, I can't remember them all. They were really funny though.
There was Skinwalker Ranch
That's
was
the
up
one.
in there.
Yeah,
That was a
Skinwalker
crazy
Ranch
one.
was in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he opens it up. There's one called Goliath, and he starts seeing it all. He's like, they've been lying to me all this time.
Yeah, exactly. Because basically we find evidence that like, oh, the government has known that there have been like signs of alien life and the potential that they might attack us, basically.
Yeah.
And the man behind it all, who like greenlit this whole thing, is Agent Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we find out, he's a bad guy. But Derek, the most important thing of all of it, who is the disruptor?
Oh my God, it's his son.
It's his son.
Oh.
Like father, like son,
What a
following in your
shock.
footsteps. He's better at this shit than you are, I guess. He's evaded him a couple times
We
now.
do get this fun moment where they find out where Disruptor is again, and they go there and they're like, "There's nobody here." And then you see his son, and he pulls down a green screen behind him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I was never home."
Yeah, because basically what happens is like, okay, so now Ice Cube decides, I'm pissed at you, son, for making me think you were a terrorist organization, but it seems like you're good at your shit, so I'm going to need your help, right?
Yeah.
So then the disruptor, his son, puts him in like a Teams call with all of his other disruptor friends. And for some reason, all of the Martians find their locations and just start taking them out, blowing up one by one.
I forgot about that.
And so then Ice Cube's like, oh God, no, my son. His son loses connection. He's like, where are you? He goes and finds a drone above his house where his son should have been. It's all blown to smithereens.
And then he pulls down the green screen, and he's fine.
And yeah, then his son's like, oh, don't worry, Dad. I was able to like move my location. How do you think I've been able to evade you for like a year? Get real. So he was actually at someone else's house. And Ice Cube was so funny. He's like, You couldn't have put it at some other location. They blew up my house, son. That's fucked up.
I actually liked that. That was like one good moment.
It's funny. It's really good. But let's go back to the fact that we know that these fucking Martians are so hungry for data.
They are eating it up.
There's literally like government databases that have like UI created that have like a database, like a data bank, and it's all red, and then it slowly starts going down as the Martians have their tentacles all up in it and are sucking out all of the data.
My favorite thing about this is that in this world,
yes,
all of the data in the world is someone sat down and graphically designed a like system to see how much data is in each terminal.
The tank is full on this one. Oh no, they're draining it all
they're
out.
Draining it.
And there's even a sad sequence where Ice Cube goes to his Facebook and goes back to those messages from his wife, and slowly they start to get deleted because the data's going away.
That's one of my favorite parts. He's like looking at pictures, and then it like Back to the Future style starts fading away.
They're all going away.
And then eventually it's like he hits refresh, and it's like this page does not exist
Yeah,
anymore.
he goes and listens to the last voice memo from his wife. He listens to it once, listens again and again, and it slowly starts to deteriorate, and then it's
distort. It's so stupid.
It's gone. It's
also,
gone.
That's not the way it works.
No.
It wouldn't actually go away until he refreshed. They wouldn't delete while he's looking at it.
It's so silly the way that they do this.
You know,
but yeah,
I just realized something.
Yeah.
You know how in the original book you said that they drained humans like flesh bags?
Yeah, they take their blood.
This is basically their life.
I guess this is our life essence.
Data.
Oh, that's kind of sad. Our life essence today is data.
And they're draining it.
I'm sad that that's actually kind of realistic.
I actually kind of like that, but I don't like the concept of data. They could have done it differently. I don't know how, but they could have done it differently.
But so, I mean, basically, we've told you everything important. What we need to know now is they discover the way we can fight back is corrupting the data that they're taking into them. So they're basically trying to poison the Martians by poisoning the data in a sense.
So yeah, the team of hackers, well, so first off, he finds out all this information. So he confronts Colson. He's like, "You've known this whole time," and he's like, "Well, you're fired." And so Ice Cube gets fired. He gets locked out from everything.
He takes all of his access away. So basically, everything that has made Ice Cube this all-seeing god is gone.
But then his son, Jesus.
How long after does this happen?
Like 10 seconds.
Like 10 seconds. We're in this place of like, what's he gonna do without all of his access? Is he gonna have to go manual? No. Immediately, his son comes to the rescue.
Yeah, immediately, and then they decide, okay, we're gonna hack together, and we're gonna put a virus into the data centers, and that's gonna go inside the robots and it's gonna kill them. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work.
No, I think that's what actually leads all the Martians to go destroy all of the disruptors and blow up their places.
Yeah, they follow.
Yeah, so that's kind of what puts them at risk there. But then they're like, oh wait, daughter of mine, you're a biologist who's working on this cannibal code.
It is a cure for cancer. We have to bring that up. That is important.
And so they decide, okay, daughter, you give us your life's work. My son is going to translate this cancer-curing virus into code.
So wait, do you have to be a cyborg?
I don't know.
Like, do you take out your blood and put it into a computer, and then the cancer-destroying code destroys the cancer cells?
I simply don't think that biological DNA works like computer code quite that way. It super doesn't.
You can't write some code to get rid of cancer.
No. And so without much to do, they are able to translate her cannibal code into real computer code, and then they try to upload it into this thing. But they can't get it to Ice Cube, Derek. He cannot just download it from somewhere.
Because it would destroy everything.
He has to use a flash drive because he has to take it somewhere deeper in the bowels.
But he doesn't have a flash drive.
No, he doesn't have a flash drive. What can we possibly do?
He hops on Amazon.
Amazon to the rescue.
And he orders a $20 flash drive.
But before he does that, it's very important to note the fact that he's like, okay, I have to get this on a flash drive to take it deeper into this government facility that I'm in to upload it so that it gets sucked up by the Martians and kills them all. He's like, oh God, but I'm in this like high security building. I can't just have a flash drive with me. Then Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid is like, oh, I have a flash drive, and he's holding it in his hand.
And you know what else I have? An Amazon drone.
But then, for some reason, they have to go the extra step of Ice Cube going onto Amazon and spending $19.99 on a flash drive.
And maybe it was because like he couldn't manually control the. No, he can manually control the drone.
Ice Cube can hack whatever drone he wants.
But yeah, he has to order a flash drive, a separate one from an Amazon warehouse that gets shipped to him, but instead of that, they just replace it with the one that Roderick had.
Exactly. Like I just cannot understand why he had to buy one. He could have just had, even hacked into Roderick's Amazon drone and have him fly it to him.
And then we have this crazy moment. Oh my God, I forgot about this. We have this crazy moment where the drone is like flying through
It's
the sky.
kind of fun. It's
fun.
ridiculous.
It is kind of fun. And the drone's like crashing around and escaping.
Because Roderick is acting like he's this cool guy. He like flips down his little visor to like manually fly this drone all the way to him.
But then it flips over like a beached whale.
My God.
And it's sitting there, and there's this guy, like this homeless guy, who's on his phone for some reason.
Who has a phone for some reason.
And he's like, "Hey man, help us.
They're able to send him a text message.
Yeah, it's like,
being like, "Do you see that drone right there? You need to flip it over."
And he doesn't believe him because the robots are
He's
currently
like,
destroying the
that's
world.
scary. I'm not going to do
So
that.
they send him a $1,000 Amazon gift card to have him flip the drone.
And he's like, okay, yeah. Then he does. First of all, the drone falls pretty hard. I feel like it would have been damaged more than just
Absolutely.
being flipped over.
No, not the Amazon drone.
Not the Amazon drones.
No.
Again, they're really pushing like Amazon is the way to go. We love Amazon. Strong, sturdy, American-built drones.
They gave him. Can we talk just one more time? $1,000 Amazon gift card
$1,000
to flip a drone.
That's what it takes. Anything it takes, Derek.
Anyway, the drone gets there. They plug it in.
Yeah, there's like a bit where like Ice Cube is being attacked by like these tentacles from the Martian tripods, and like they look like shit,
Kinda
and
hot.
he's just barely able to plug in the thumb drive
The
into
Rule
wherever it's supposed
34
to go.
War of the Worlds 2025 is going crazy right
It's
now.
going nuts over there, but then he saves the day, I guess.
And it's just fine. And then they're like, "You got a promotion. We're sorry we fired you. You uncovered these secrets. Good work." And he's like, "I don't want to be a part of this.
Hold on.
I'm going to fight the system."
He says for the third, maybe even fourth time in this movie, he makes the same joke. At the very beginning of the movie, his son is making fun of him for his job. He says it's kind of immoral for him to be checking people's Amazon carts. He says that
forgot
once.
about that.
Then his dad makes a comment about it again and again. And then finally, at the end of the movie, he's like, "No, I think I'm better than checking people's Amazon carts," and then doesn't accept this promotion, I guess.
And
they just kept saying
I forgot about that. I tuned
over
that
and
out.
over again.
Because that's all they do at the NHS.
That's all they do is check people's Amazon carts.
They check out people's Amazon cards.
So yeah, at the end of the day,
And the final thing we see is a terms of service that say agree or deny, and he clicks deny.
he denies it. Yeah. So that's
A lot of good ideas squandered
as
by
simply
Amazon
as
product
we can
placement.
put it all. That's War of the Worlds 2025, all taking place just on a screen. Wowzas. We did it. We did it, Derek. We beat the movie. They end up
hate it
beating
more.
the Martians
You know-
with fucking... But in a way you mentioned, right, it is kind of clever, maybe
Ish.
a little bit. It's almost clever.
Almost.
That they did still kill the Martians with a virus, just in a different way. It's still not as cool.
Why did it have to be a cancer curing virus?
I don't. It's called Cannibal Code. It doesn't make any
don't
sense. I
understand
really
that.
don't get it.
They did have a fun moment where the daughter was like, "Dad, you can't fix everything with technology. You couldn't fix mom's cancer with technology." And then of course it's like you created a code that
was
whatever.
used for cancer that he does use to save the day. So it's like, what message are we supposed to be walking away from this with?
I have to go to Amazon and buy something right now.
I gotta go buy a $20 thumb drive for sure.
Give somebody. If God, I have to look for every drone I can flip over for
Derek,
$1,000.
what did he spend $248 on?
Skins on
video
wallpaper
games?
engine. It had to have been.
It had to
He's
have
buying porn.
Don't know.
It's the only way. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Let's talk about our expectations and how we ended up feeling about this movie. My first one, I said it was going to be so awful, but laughably so. I truly have no words for what we witnessed for 90 minutes there.
Dude.
I can't even get into that.
The reflections on his glasses won't match the computer. This didn't actually happen too much.
I didn't really notice it at all.
It was hard to tell what was reflecting his glasses, which to me didn't read that he wasn't looking at what we were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
It read that he wasn't looking at anything.
Yeah.
I think he just had a camera in front of him.
That's true. I said sickening pans and zooms on screen. I still think yes, but I did find myself weirdly getting used to it.
Yeah, me too.
It was still a lot.
It was
and I still
nauseating
didn't
at
like
first, and it was too much,
Yes.
but I did get used to
But
it.
yes, it is like overstimulating just to
Yeah, it was.
look at and see.
The CGI will be increasingly more and more terrible. It was sincerely like early 2000s Spy Kids, slightly comical, very rough. There was a moment where a plane gets shot out of the sky, and it like does this like crazy like.
Oh my god! It looks like something glitching out on like Gary's mod.
Yes.
It was flipping over like it was made out of paper.
It was crazy.
It looked terrible. Ice Cube thinks he's in a better film, and like you can really feel in several moments he thinks he is giving the performance of his life.
Yeah.
He is not.
No,
he's not doing that.
My third was horrendous product placement. Dude, every turn of this movie had product
All
placement.
over
From
the
the
place.
Teslas to the Prime delivery. It was just
place.
so much shoved Amazon product placement.
Yeah. I said nothing practical, even a little bit. I think there was just one practical moment. It was when the daughter had like that rebar stuck in her leg. You could see it sticking out. And then I was actually surprised at like when she left the Tesla she was in, there was like blood smeared all over the place.
Yeah,
I was like,
cool.
that was a lot more blood than I was
They
expecting.
were showing how easy it is to clean a Tesla.
That's true.
Have any dead corpses in your Teslas? Clean it out easily with Tesla's self-washing function.
Tesla's self-washing. We have got now blood mode for you.
Blowed.
For those thicker, more viscous
Get
liquids.
your car blowed. Ice Cube will have every cringe acting trope in the book. Yeah, storming off of his computer. He huffed. There were a couple moments where he like took his glasses off dramatically. He would like rub his face or he would like gasp in horror. It was great.
Ice Cube just has one face he makes, and it's like confused and pissed off at the same time.
Yeah, which is why he was perfect for this movie.
All
That
he
was
does this whole time. My last expectation was the only thing in common with the original is the title, and you can hardly call this a War of the Worlds adaptation beyond alien tripods tearing up the Earth. There weren't even any actual Martians in it.
The concept of it being a modern medium of delivery, just like the original broadcasted, will be wasted by a lack of any believable visuals. It was incredibly wasted. I can't even tell you.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, you've all listened.
Yeah. You know where we stand on these things. So we talk about surprises.
Surprise.
For me, I said, you wouldn't believe how predictable this movie was, but in the worst ways. We would make an offhand comment as a joke, and then it would actually happen.
And it did happen more than just the Tesla.
I know. It
happened
for
multiple
instance, the
times.
Tesla. I'm trying to remember some of them, but I can't.
I mean,
off the top
we
of my
called
head.
the drone too, the Prime drone. We were like, oh, what if they deliver it with a Prime drone? And then it happened.
And then they did. But it's those things where it's just not satisfying. It's like the thing you wanted to happen.
upsetting.
No, it's just very upsetting.
Because we wanted it to happen in a funny, oh, this would be funny kind of way.
My next surprise was the amount of times I audibly shouted, no, or there's no way, or it can't work like that at any time in the movie. The hacker would just type in some code and pretty much get whatever he wanted. I said it was as much of a slog, or I was surprised by as much of a slog as it was to finish. Like towards the end, like there were some enjoyable bits in the first bits of it, but that last like 30 minutes, I was like, can we please just end this movie? However, I did find myself laughing a lot, so that made for an entertaining time.
We really did have fun.
Our main character starts out as a stalker and a neglectful dad, so I found it really hard to care for him as our protagonist.
It's a crazy way to start a movie.
Yeah, I'm like, am I supposed to like this dude? Like,
No.
I don't understand. And then my final surprise is just like the Martians are hungry for data. What do they think that is?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
just so good. Oh, also the fact that it's like the reason that Agent Coulson is such a bad guy is because he greenlit this operation, which somehow soaked up so much data that's why the Martians came to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Because it basically made the Earth a hot spot for data. It's like a fucking cartoon where they smell the pie on the windowsill. They're
literally
floating
is.
over here.
It's hilarious.
That's just such a ridiculous premise and plot point.
Stupid.
Well, those are my surprises. What are you sitting
The
at?
Prime delivery drone shocked the
That's
hell out
so
of me.
funny. It's
just
so
like
good.
how much they wasted the potential with this concept. It was really a decent idea,
I'll
as
be
I've
honest,
discussed.
Roderick was my favorite. Devin Bostic was probably my favorite part of this movie.
Oh, for sure. The Tesla delivery car, hilarious.
So good.
Just how bad Ice Cube was. I mean, come on. The muffin bag at the beginning
Weird.
surprised me. How much we laughed. You kind of touched on that too. I just I really did have fun watching this, even if I hated it so much. And then just the data sucking.
Absolutely. So should we talk
Baby,
about
you want
our
your data sucked?
Shall we talk about our verdict?
Yeah.
Or maybe even our verdict, apparently.
Oh my God. Yes, let's talk about that. So I don't know if anyone listens here on Spotify. I know some people listen anywhere. I mean, we have YouTube and
There's
iTunes
lots of places you can get podcasts.
But on Spotify has started doing this thing where it is giving us like auto chapters
That we did not create ourselves.
We did not create.
Spotify has taken it upon itself to do this for some reason.
Thank you, AI. You're really saving the world. And yeah. Oh, I can't see it on. Oh yes, I can. Here it is. So if you go to our Spotify and you look at a new episode, it has chapters now.
Yes.
And I want everyone to know
on YouTube, you know?
Yeah, we did not set these chapters.
We didn't do this.
So, but like I don't know, they're kind of cool sounding. Oh, they changed it. They
is
must
it
have
different now?
updated it. I was looking at it yesterday, and when we do our verdicts, it spelt it wrong, and it said verdict.
VORDICT.
But now it says unraveling the mystery, dialogues and deaths.
What?
The engagement party, the accidents. What is that?
God, it makes our podcast sound so much more dramatic
sounds-
than it is.
From the first chapter of our last episode was From Hooked on a Feeling to Krabby Patty Chaos.
You know, they're not wrong.
Sounds kind of dope. The final chapter was Behind the Scenes, next week's movie, and Garfield's Wisdom.
Wild.
Oh, it doesn't say
Garfield's
verdicts
wisdom.
anymore. It says our post-movie
Damn.
thoughts and unoriginal verdicts.
Wow, let's get it. What does
Did
it say?
we just get dissed by Spotify?
Does it really say that?
Our post-movie thoughts and unoriginal verdicts.
Sorry, our verdicts aren't good
Okay.
enough for you, Spotify.
Fucking Spotify.
Damn. Now we're beefing with Spotify.
Can our episode title be Unoriginal Verdicts? The final confrontation and the killer's monologue. That's fun.
Okay.
Like, some of these are good.
Some of these get it pretty good.
This
but-
has been updated because the other day it was verdicts.
So let's talk about our verdicts for the War of the Worlds 2025. For me, I created a new one for this one that I think is appropriate. That was comicable,
That's what I wrote.
as in that was comically bad.
I wrote it because I saw you wrote
Oh, okay. just uninspired acting paired with an uninspired script paired with even more uninspired CGI and stock footage of soldiers and explosions. This movie is exactly what I mean when I say we don't always need remakes of great things, and I worry our desire for nostalgia will just kill us in the end. Yet, despite all of what I just said, it was fun to watch with my best friend and laugh at how ridiculous it was. So
Yeah.
I'd say, if Martians are invading the Earth, maybe make sure you've got a friend nearby to laugh at all your data being drained away, like 90 minutes of my life were drained away.
it. Nice. That was comicable too. I was excited for the idea of War of the Worlds because of searching and missing, and the concept of using this medium in like this setting was great, like I talked about, but this just took the idea and threw it away. The performances were forced and fakes. The screen usage was unbelievable. Technology just took me out of it. It wasn't even a good attempt. It just felt lazy and stupid. War of the Worlds, more like War of the Bezos.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That was bad.
That's it. Yo, what's up, dude? What is that?
Hold on, there's a cardboard box over here.
Oh, because he's in a box.
That is a cardboard box. There's a slip of paper sticking up outside of it. Derek mentioned it once. There's a bit of a move going on here. So Count Trivia is currently in a box.
Yeah, he's in a
somewhere.
box.
But we still get your trivia for this week's episode here. First mentioned in 2020 as an untitled Bekmambetov feature starring Ice Cube for Universal, it resurfaced in July 2025 when it was released straight to streaming as a free movie on Amazon Prime. It was not screened for critics.
No.
But again, right from the start, Bekmambetov was the one that was like at the helm of this movie.
Right.
So I don't know who the hell Rich Lee is who got in on this.
I don't know.
We never mentioned his name once, but the character's name is William Radford, Ice Cube's character. The character of William Radford was originally written, this is really interesting, was originally written as a paraplegic to fit in with the themes of COVID and having people being quote unquote glued to their screens. But this is ridiculous. But the director was impressed by the intensity of Ice Cube's chair throwing that he
What?
rewrote the character to match.
I think he only threw a chair once.
So the director sees Ice Cube throw a chair one time. He's like, my God.
this boy's got it.
Give me the script. Give me that marker. We're scratching all of this. He must walk. He must throw chairs.
stand. That's the dumbest bullshit I've
just
ever
such
heard.
A ridiculous idea.
Oh, it's so
I feel
bad.
like I would have liked it more if he was a paraplegic.
I do
Throwing
too.
chairs or not. Jesus Christ.
Because instead we had him just locked in a room.
Universal were sold on the movie by a pitch from Bekmambetov, who has acted on the producer on successful films in this format, like the ones you were mentioning, where he explained it would allow them to sell it as a high-budget science fiction film, but be produced at the cost of a cheap TV thriller.
$65 million.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That the main selling point was like, oh, we can do this on the cheap.
There's no way this
Sure.
movie cost $65
There's absolutely no way. There has to be something. There's something wrong there. A lot of the news report footage of aliens attacking areas and the subsequent destruction is actual archival footage of real-life disasters with the tripod superimposed over it.
You were totally right.
Examples include the 2016 Fort McMurray wildfires, 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil rig disaster, and the 2011 Japanese tsunami, etc. There's lots of them like this. There is a fun little itty bitty Easter egg. One of the names on Williams' team's display is Horson G. Wells, in homage to Orson Welles and H.G. Wells.
Okay.
Horson spelled Horson.
Okay.
Horson G. Wells.
Okay.
Quit horsing around.
Just tell him to shut up.
We're just horsing around with Horson G. Wells.
That's so
everybody.
stupid.
But that's our trivia for this week. Thank you for listening, as always, guys. Sorry we were a little late. We forgot to mention that. We were a week later than we usually
I had to go
are.
to Minnesota for work, and that kind of threw off the schedules.
A lot of life stuff happening around here. But so thank you for bearing with us if you're a returning listener. If you're a new listener, thank you for getting this far, as always. But we're not done here. We're still going strong with That Was Horrible. We got more stuff in store for you, like our next movie.
Yeah.
What is coming up, Derek?
Well, I've been on a Leslie Nelson kick because I've been watching all the Naked Gun movies.
Because I don't know if you
Airplane.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew, but there's a new Naked Gun movie that just came out with Liam Neeson.
Absolutely.
Which I really want to see. I hear
Me
really
too.
good things
We gotta
about
go see it.
Absolutely.
So there is a Dracula movie with Leslie Nelson and Mel Brooks that
Mel
apparently
Brooks,
sucks.
Directed by Mel Brooks, starring Leslie Nelson as Dracula.
Yeah.
It is called Dracula, Dead and Loving It from 1995 with an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, which honestly makes me sad because I love Leslie Nelson. I love Mel Brooks. And so I really want to know.
Dracula.
I think I'm going to call it right now. I think we are going to
give
love
it 4
this
stars
one.
on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Sure.
I truly feel like this is one we're going to be like, no, you guys are wrong.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I'll give you a little bit of a synopsis on this. Spoiler alert, it's pretty much just Dracula. Dapper Count Dracula, played by Leslie Nielsen, relocates from his Transylvanian castle to Victorian London with his Slavish assistant Renfield in search of new blood. He finds it in a pair of beautiful young women, Mina and her best friend Lucy. When Mina's straight-laced fiancé Jonathan notices his future bride's odd behavior, he calls in his mentor, vampire hunter Van Helsing, played by Mel Brooks, to save the day. So it's pretty much just Dracula.
That's just Dracula.
To one effect, to one end or another. It's pretty much just Dracula. But yeah, so that is us next time on That Was Horrible. Catch us watching Dracula, Dead and Loving It from 1995, which I honestly am kind of looking forward to. I really want to check it out.
Me too.
But so before we send you on your merry way to enjoy the rest of your day, we have to stop by for our, as Spotify would call it, Garfield wisdom. Derek, have you had a chance to peruse today's Garfield comic?
Yeah, I think Garfield killed a kid.
It's kind of weird, and I don't know how to feel about this. So let me give you the breakdown of this Garfield comic that we have here. It's a 6-panel one this time. Usually they're not this long.
Yeah.
But this fuck ass kid with his backwards hat and his ice cream cone walks up to John and Garfield on a park bench, and he says, "That is one fat cat you have there, mister." And John, as a kind owner, takes a stand against this kid. He's like, he's not fat. He's like, okay, if you don't think he's fat, you're in denial. And then John's like, I'm not in denial. And if if you don't think you're in denial, then you're stupid. He's just like berating John for no reason at all. And John's being a good citizen and defending himself and his cat. And so as this kid is walking away, he goes, and while I'm at it, let me throw ugly in there too. And so Garfield has been sitting on the bench silent this entire time, but there's one panel where Garfield is absent.
And the kid's gone.
And the kid is gone. He's walked off the panel. And then John, talking to Garfield, says, "Can you believe that kid?" And what does Garfield say in response?
What kid? And he's now wearing the kid's clothing.
He's wearing his baseball cap, holding his ice cream cone. Did Garfield fucking kill this kid?
I think Garfield killed the kid.
So good. What is to be deigned from this situation?
I don't know, but there's a comment that just says "nice hat."
Oh my God, I forgot we have comments on these. I love this. Good job eating that kid, Garf. This is so good.
I just imagine like a bunch of boomers.
It really does feel that way, because someone just says, I can't tell if the bench is bending while Garfield is sitting on it.
Oh my God.
Mommy's fault for not teaching him manners, somebody says.
Wild.
Garfield took down that rude kid. Good.
I don't know. I think in this one, I don't know if we can say anything other than like, maybe own up to the things that you are, but also don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. If you want to, I'll take the route of Garfield here. Listen, go defend your friends. Go kill that guy. Maybe don't kill the kid's probably not dead, but stand up. In both of their instances, they are standing up for each other in the situation.
Yeah, it's
right?
kind of beautiful.
So yeah, I kind of like this. Is a cute comic in the sense that like Garfield and John are kind of united in this.
Yeah, for the first time,
because they're usually at odds with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, unite with that person in your life. Stand up for somebody and take down that stupid backwards hat, ice cream holding piece of shit kid.
Oh my god!
But that's us here. That was horrible. Incorporated. Thank you so much as always for joining us. If you've enjoyed your stuff here, please, if you feel so inclined, give us a little bit of a review, preferably a 5-star one or maybe 4.5 if that's
however
what
you
you're
felt.
feeling. It helps us get noticed out there by other people to come and listen to the podcast.
If you're going to give it 1 star, go review someone else's podcast.
Go review someone else's podcast. But if you like what we do here, follow us on all of our social medias. We are on Instagram at _was_horrible, Twitter at TWH Podcast, Facebook at That Was Horrible Podcast, YouTube at That Was Horrible, and TikTok at That Was Horrible.
That was horrible.
I appreciate all of you guys enjoying us, welcoming us on another 2025 installment. It's been a great time.
What a year.
I don't regret watching the movie, but
me neither.
I know. Hopefully now you don't have to regret watching it because we told you all you
could just laugh about it on your own.
But yes, thank you as always. Go out there, have a merry time. Garfield be with you, and stay spooky.
Goodbye.